Hi everyone, welcome back to What Would Jesus Do? I am your host, Hugh Skhalela. So we've entered the month of March, and here we are remembering the trials that Jesus went through as he was going on to or into the cross. We will know that I think the last weekend of this month will be celebrating or remembering the Easter weekend, where Jesus Christ was crucified, buried, and resurrected. So there are so many things that one can talk about around the death of Christ, the crucifixion of Christ, the resurrection of Christ. But I've chosen this month to speak around the 7 words. I think in theology they call them the last 7 words of Christ on the cross. So these are the words that Jesus Christ uttered on the cross, the last 7 words that Jesus uttered or said on the cross before he gave away his life. So these events are recorded in the Gospels, 3 Gospels: Luke 23, John 19, and Matthew 27. So I want you to imagine with me in the city of Jerusalem at around 9 in the morning. And Jesus Christ went through all that. He was beaten. He had to carry his cross when he was being beaten, and he was in pain. At some point, he could not carry his own cross, and the Bible says they asked Thomas to come and help him. So now Jesus Christ is hanging for around 6 hours in the cross. And the first word that he says, "Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing." So look at someone who is in pain, who is hanging for a very long time on the cross. And yet you look at the people who caused all these things to him, and he says, "Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they do." And this leads us to the next word, the second one, where Christ found himself with 2 criminals on the cross. The other one on the right hand, the other one on the left. He was in the middle. And the one on the left laugh or mock him and say, "If you really who you say you are, why don't you rescue yourself and rescue us as well, so that we are safe, because you can do all these things." But the other one, the other criminal or the other sinner, says to the first one, says, "Me and you know why we are here. But this man, he does not know. He is not here for the same sins as me and you." And that led to Christ saying, "Today you will be, or I will be with you in paradise." And when Christ looked down, he looked at his mother crying and says, "Behold, woman," or "Woman, behold your son." And then he looked at John and he told John that, "Behold your mother." You see, and as all these events were happening, now Jesus Christ got tired on the cross, because I told you when I started that he was hanging there for about 6 hours. And then he got tired, and then he thought now God was no longer with him. And then he shouted that, my God, why have you abandoned me?" Which is the 4th word of what we are going to be looking at. So after he said that, he said, this was around 3. So imagine someone hanging on the cross from 9 in the morning. At around 3, 6 hours later, he says, "I thirst," which is the 5th word. And then after he said, "I thirst," he then went to the second last word, the 6th word, "It is finished." You know, I think here he was saying, all these events have come to an end. All the trials have come to an end. And now it is finished. Which leads us to the last word where it says, Father, into your hands I lay my spirit. So, brothers and sisters, I just want to invite you to journey with me for this month. I will be posting on Mondays and Fridays where I will be looking at these words, starting with the first one this coming Friday, and then we'll go until the end of this series, which will end the end of this month. I just want you to journey with me as we look into these words as to why was Jesus uttering these words and why are they recorded as the final words in the cross. Why are they so significant for us to remember, for us to live according to these words and to apply them into our day-to-day lives. So come with me, journey with me as we read together. Just go and read those 3 chapters so that you prepare yourself for engagement as we journey together through these 7 words this month. Thank you.